Greetings. I'm listening.
Great to meet you.
I've been expecting you.
For the good.
You come get the voodoo.
Hey there. And you are?
Light be with you.
You come to consult the spirits?
Welcome to Orgrimmar. Have you come to serve the Horde?
Shiny. Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
Hello and welcome to Ctrl Alt WoW, the podcast for those of us who love World of Warcraft and love making many alts. Today is Sunday, May 9th, 2021, and this is episode 707 entitled The Legion Returns Again. I'm Aprillian, your host, and with me are my two awesome co-hosts. Hello, Constructs. How are you today?
I'm feeling fantastic. I'm over-caffeinated, and I haven't slept very much, but I've been playing WoW since early in the morning.
Oh, good. And Grand Negus, how are you today?
I'm okay. Well, technically for me, the day has just started, so it's like 2:30 a.m. So yeah, I was visited my family, my mom. On
Why?
Mother's Day, obviously.
Because it's Mother's Day over there as well? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Is it actually tomorrow where you are?
It is
today.
It
is always today.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Depends upon relations to like where you are.
Right.
And
happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, except for in Australia. I think they celebrate a different day, Australia.
I don't know.
Canada.
Some of them do, some of them don't.
Well, for anybody who's a mother, happy Mother's Day.
Exactly. And how are you doing, Aprillian?
I am doing very well. I've had a good week, and I feel good. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I've been on Weight Watchers, and I feel like I'm losing and eating healthier. I did go to a casino today.
Oh, yeah?
I will never do that again.
Was it an all-you-could-eat buffet there?
No, you can't do that anymore.
Oh, no, that's right. They removed that. You no longer have the option.
No, it was very creepy. You know, every other seat was taken out. It was just, yeah, I thought it was going to be more fun than it was. And so, but I went with my friend Jackie. Hi, Jackie. And it was good for us. We got to spend some time together. It was my first time out. You know, we were both since the pandemic. Yes, we're both vaccinated, so it felt okay to be out. You know, it wasn't
cool.
Scary. Anyways, what's going on this week? Oh yes, of course. It is Children's Week, right?
Yeah, until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow, yep.
Till Monday. So yeah, we still have. Actually, I noticed someone told me on Vanilla we had Children's Week, and that was a week earlier.
Oh,
you did?
Yep. I don't know why. I have no clue. And there is obviously no calendar in Vanilla, so no one told you.
It's got to be.
It was just
word of mouth, or what quest?
Yeah, basically word of mouth. Yeah, or if you went by the
orphan lady,
orphanage. And talked to the orphan lady because she didn't have a quest for me when I went there. I had to talk to her to then get the quest. So you couldn't even see the exclamation mark.
It's almost like they make it harder in vanilla. Oh,
Yeah, it's like they hide it.
Yes.
So I had it was like, what is this nice word? It was fortuitous for me.
Right.
That someone told me that you could do this until the next day of when I initially was told. So I went and did the question with 3 characters. I got myself some 3 pets.
Right.
2 turtles and a piggy, because I didn't feel like the rat was the right right pet to get. So
Bitey.
yeah, again, so what you do, for the people that don't know, is you go, there is this guy, or there is the quest to go to 3, or are the quests to go to 3 different places.
With your orphan.
With my orphan. One is Ratchet, the dogs. One is the border between Barrens and Ashenvale. And the third is the throne room. What?
Is that the ramparts? No, I think it's something else. Okay, never mind.
I think they're called something ramparts, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And the third is the throne room in Lordaeron. So, and then you get the quest to go to Kern Bloodhoof and get his hoof print, which he then promptly signs.
Right.
And then you have to buy your orphan an ice cream, which you can do one of 2 ways. You can either go to a goblin vendor that basically stands in the middle of the square in Orgrimmar, or you could go somewhere else, like totally out of the way.
Tanaris somewhere, I think.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I haven't been there since I bought it. I bought a stack of 5, because that's the minimum stack size that you could buy, and then I sent them off to my other 3 tunes.
Oh, that's smart.
So yeah, and, that was basically, and then you brought the orphan back. You don't get a thank you mail from the orphan though, and they don't act out the experience. You don't get this is nice and look at this and that. You only get the quest text for when you turn it in. So
I see.
You can clearly see that the game hasn't progressed as far with all the intricate interactions between NPC and your character.
You also don't get to take it to war to show it where mommy and daddy died.
Well, that is because that was only a thing when the
PvP came to effect.
No. That was because of the achievement. That wasn't, has never, is still not a quest though.
Oh, it's
just an achievement.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
So same as the hearth away, while you're like basically leave your orphan behind.
Right.
That's not a quest, it's just an achievement.
Right. Oh, wow.
And since there aren't any achievements yet, and there won't be in BC either,
Right.
that's not a thing yet. Now, once once Burning Crusade Classic. Burning Crusade is what we get now. Once Lich King Classic comes out, that's when we are going to get achievements. So then with 3.0.2, I believe, was the initial pre-patch. That's when they introduce the achievements. So we'll see what if it initially includes all the things for the various holidays or whatnot. But again, we'll see.
Right.
So, yeah, that's Children's Week. A little detour into classic Children's Week. That is going to end on retail tomorrow, May 10th. Also ending on Monday is Chorus of Dead Souls, the Torghast thing. Then ending on Tuesday, we have the Battleground bonus event. And then beginning, we have on Monday, we have the Spring Balloon Festival.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of the micro holidays that lasts 3 days from Monday to Wednesday, from the 10th to the 12th.
Yep.
And then on Tuesday, we get the Shadowlands Dungeon event, and we get the PvP brawl on South Shore versus Terran Mill. So that is what we are going to see happening this week. Now, I've been hinting at, in the title, we've been hinting at something Legion.
Right.
And we've heard so much about that organization, that those people, demons and void walkers and Sargeras and killed Jaden and Illidan and all those people. We've heard whispers and God knows what, and we killed 742 of them, like multiple times. But apparently we can't get rid of them. So here we go again. On May the 19th, we are going to see the pre-patch for TBC Classic launch.
Oh, nice.
May 18th. And then the expansion itself is going to launch in a global launch fashion like we had the last launches, the simultaneous launches on June 1st. So around the June 1st midnight hour, where depending upon where you are in the world, it's going to be a couple of hours early or a couple of hours late. So it's June 1st, midnight, I think, what is it, GMT? Yeah, I think GMT is the time that they base the whole thing on. So at least that's what I think it is. because if I remember correctly, we have the, where is it? There we go. Need to find the right window here.
Right.
So you have, it's what I said. It's Europe is 11 p.m. because they are 1 hour behind. Because it's anyway. Do your math. It's
Right.
it's GMT is the no. Let me see. It's here on the map. It's 12 a.m. Central European Standard Time. That's what it is, according to the map that they've shown here. So it's, because apparently they still have a suitcase in Paris, which I didn't know they still had. So it's 3 p.m.
A
in
suitcase
LA.
Paris? What does that mean?
Yeah. Okay. Remember they closed their offices
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Right.
in Paris and moved all their stuff to Ireland.
Right. But they still have something in Paris. Got you.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently. Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
At least the reference point. So that might be what's in the suitcase. Anyway. Okay. So, and then the furthest to the other side is the Australian Eastern Standard Time, because they don't have their daylight savings. That's 8 a.m. for them. So liter time.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's when the thing is going to launch on June the 1st. And then that's not the controversial thing, because we had all these global launches. We have had them plenty of times, like at least 3 times so far,
Right.
that I can remember. We had the last 2 WoW expansions, and then I think we had the Warcraft 3 remastered.
Right.
On a global launch as well. I can't remember exactly, but something to that effect. So we had at least the 2 previous expansions from WoW we had on a global launch. So the controversial thing this time is something called the Digital Deluxe Edition upgrade. And that is something that apparently has people up in arms. Like, PvP is nothing compared to that. It's like really almost, it's funny that we got to have, we have to talk about this, because Blizzard really, in my opinion, I don't know why they do it is play. And normally I'm not someone to tell a company that they shouldn't do something.
Right.
But if you make it so blatantly obvious, you have to be called out on it. So what we had with Classic was basically a game that was as close to the original experience as we could have. Because that's what we all wanted. Then they added server transfers, as they did eventually for retail, but way earlier. First, they added them for free. Then they started charging for them. And now they talk about adding classic tokens to the game. So like really watering down the classic experience. And now they come with this. Remember, we had all the collector's editions,
right?
Where the only thing you got was the physical stuff, and the only in-game thing that you got was the pets,
right?
Like in Vanilla and in Burning Crusade and in any other collector's edition, you got a pet initially, and then they eventually added a mount as well. But that was like way later. Now, with the digital deluxe edition, it's digital. There is not a single item that's physical.
No mouse pad, no map.
Nothing,
no
just digital content. So nothing you can like have at home and put on your shelf. What you get is you get a reawakened phase hunter, like those those phase hunter things that disappear from time to time and then walk around you and then pop up again and then bite you in the butt, basically. Oh, no. Those in a digitally watered down version, so it fits with the polygons and whatnot of the game. A creature that draws on the otherworldly energies that transformed Draenor into Outland for use only in the Burning Crusade Classic and designed to match the look of the original expansion. That's what I meant with lower polygon count and additionally, you get the Viridian Phase Hunter, another Phase Hunter mount, a variant for the modern WoW, including Shadowlands and reflecting the game's current visual style. So what they are doing, obviously, is providing you two digital items, one for exclusive use in Classic and one for exclusive use in retail.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. So if you want this exclusive mount for your mount count in retail, you have to pay the Classic Digital Deluxe Edition. No other way to get it. which I find
off-putting.
Yeah, that would be very, very mildly worded, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, the price tag on this digital deluxe edition is like 70 or 80 bucks. So not a cheap thing, not like a thing that's like 30 or 40. No, it's like up there with a real normal physical box.
Right.
I think it's 80. It might be 70, but I think it's 80. So you get the 2 mounts, one for each game. Then you get a Dark Portal Hearthstone that is basically a replacement with a granted awesome animation for your for a Hearthstone effect that basically creates a dark portal around you while you hearth out. Looks awesome.
Nice.
It's absolutely insane. The only issue is it's a previously released old TCG item.
Right.
Oh.
It's not even uniquely created.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yep. So the people that had it, that already have the
and they got it because they purchased a card.
Yep. Yeah. Same with the Path of Illidan, which is like a when you use your rocket boots as an engineer, you have this fire path behind you, burning behind you on your feet.
Right.
Or if you have so this is basically the Path of Illidan is a toy. So they introduce a toy now where for the Burning Crusade, which again, which causes your character's footsteps to leave flickering fellfire.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a big deal.
Yeah. This item is previously released as a TCG loot card as well. So another non-exclusive item. They're just, yeah. And then you get the thing, this is kind of like change, pocket change, with regards to what people are up in arms about, I figure. The real kicker comes now, at least for me. The Dark Portal Path, which boosts one character to level 58. Same restrictions as the standalone Portal Path apply, which are you cannot boost a Draenei, you cannot boost a Blood Elf because they are the new races. When did we get our first boosts? Wasn't it like something Pandaria? In retail back then? Question?
Oh, the first character boost.
Pandaria, if I remember.
It was Pandaria because you could have everything but a Pandaren monk.
Exactly, my point, yeah. So they have the same restrictions here. You can't have Draenei and you can't have Blood Elf. So this is like way earlier than that. And this screws with the with the entire understanding of classic being what it was, classic. They introduced these modern style retail aspects into the game, which have no place at all in classic. So, and notice what I said earlier, the Dark Portal Pass, and then you have the standalone Dark Portal Pass.
Right.
Because you can buy this digital deluxe thing and get a Dark Portal Pass, the boost, but you can also buy the standalone for, I think, $45, 35, 45 for the same effect. So, hypothetically, I am going to say, oh yeah, I want to boost my hunter. Or I want another hunter, or I want my warlock boosted. So I create a warlock. On the 18th, I'm buying a boost, and I boost my warlock to 58. And then a week later, I'll decide, you know what? I want that mount, and I want all the goodies there. And oh yeah, getting a second boost wouldn't be half bad either, because I can then boost another character. So I buy the digital deluxe edition upgrade as well, only to find out that when I click on the button to boost my newly created character after I already boosted my warlock, it tells me, yeah, you suck because only one boost per account.
Does it use the terminology "you suck"? Or?
Basically, it could, because that's what
how you feel.
That's what the mental result of your mental state would be. At least in my opinion. So you can only have one boost. So you better be sure what you want to buy and under what conditions you want to buy what and when. Because if you buy one and then the other, because I guarantee you that Blizzard will not prevent you from buying a standalone boost after you bought the digital deluxe upgrade. I guarantee you, they'll gladly take your money. In the same way, the other way around. They gladly do that. So, and that is something that, I don't find funny at all. Not in the least. It's something that, the fact that it shouldn't be there in the first place makes it even worse. So, okay, so what does the boost include? It includes the apprentice riding skill, which is 60% ground speed, which costs it's not free, but they definitely could give you could give you something more for it. The race-specific mount you get, weapons, all weapon skills that you need up to level 58, access to certain flight paths, which in my opinion would most likely be all the Hellfire Peninsula ones and Shatrath.
Right.
And if you're lucky, you get Zangar Marsh and Terrakar Forest, but I highly doubt Terrakar Forest. But yeah, you get up to 4 rune cloth bags, 14 slots each. What is up to mean? Are there differences between one 58 boost and another? A 58 boost is a 58 boost. What is the specificity of the difference? I don't understand.
Right.
Anyway, a little bit of gold to start your journey, and 30 days of game time. So, and again, here we have 30 days again, which is strange because you can only buy 60 days now. Right?
Right.
You can't buy 30 days anymore. But Blizzard can, apparently. At least, so, yeah, it's all a little off-putting. Yeah. And then we have another thing that they want to make money off, and that's character cloning.
What?
Which, yeah. So if
now,
you...
this is in Classic.
Yes.
Okay.
So what is character cloning, you might ask? It is basically, now that we progress with our tunes into BC, the entire mechanics and the entire games get updated, like it gets with each new expansions. All the spells change, the maximum level changes, the skill tree changes and expands, all that stuff. The access to the Dark Portal is granted, and so forth. So what if I want to stay in vanilla with my character? I don't want to play in BC. I want to keep my old skill tree. As I want to stay level 60. So what they've come up with is a way to do that, which means they are going to clone your character. If you want, no, that's not right. I'm not telling the truth. You can pick when on May 18th, you can pick if your character should proceed into the Burning Crusade or stay behind and stay at level 60. If you choose to stay at level 60, your character won't change. It will just be transferred to a new realm. Because the realms that exist at the moment will be the realms that will go forth and become the Burning Crusade realms. But the people that choose to go to stay with their characters as vanilla characters, they will be transferred off the server and then put on new servers. Now, the character cloning comes in when, and this is where I was a little unspecific, when you choose to stay behind as a vanilla character and you want to progress into BC at the same time with the same character. So what you then can do is ask for a cloning process, a cloning service,
Right.
which means that Blizzard is going to clone your character and have one copy go forward into BC and one copy staying behind on the new server.
Oh, that's interesting.
But they still will be the same characters.
Right.
Just two different copies. The problem, though, is there's a price tag for that service. And that price tag is $35.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a profit to be had, it seems.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if Bobby Kotick, if he has, let's put it this way, it wouldn't surprise me if he had watched a certain TV show that I'm a huge fan of. And he has taken quite a liking of a one specific race and their economical endeavors.
Right.
So I haven't seen his ears lately, but yeah. So yeah, I mean,
Ferengis and goblins look alike, right?
They're both short.
Yeah.
yeah, and they both have big ears.
Right.
And they sort of have green skin.
Yeah. No, I mean, Bobby Kotick is like, he is. It is something that I don't know. It's something that I just can't condone. It's. I mean, if it's $10, it's already on the verge of being too much.
Right.
But $35 to get a clone. I don't know. I really, really don't know. It's something that, Blizzard or Activision has its claws around Blizzard's neck, and they're squeezing quite hard to get the money out of them.
Yeah.
And it's never has it been more obvious than with this. So, yeah, there's, as nice as it is to get to the Burning Crusade, it's always the fact is nice, but the circumstances suck.
Yeah.
That surround them.
Right.
Yeah.
So at least that's how I see it. So yeah, so that's basically the other things that I want to talk about with regards to what's on my mind that doesn't that's the thing that doesn't have anything to do with classics, so I'll leave that for my segment. So let's get into our weeks, I would say.
Okie doke.
Right. I've had a fantastic weekend. Wow. It's very comforting. Those battlegrounds where you're not necessarily putting out more damage, but you feel like you're contributing more by pushing all the buttons all at once. Bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Constructs, how's your weekend WoW been?
My weekend WoW started sometime on Thursday. I wanted to do my dailies, as in the new form of dailies, which is the grind of the new mana, the new purple mana, which the withered were afflicted with. Now we're afflicted with the anima grind. I think Blizzard sort of have a sense of humor about these things. They put them in the game, and they expect that we're going to keep on doing it, and they know as long as we're sub, we have that itch to progress. And if it's not pet battles, then it's mounts. If it's not mounts, then it's various different things in the game. And I was surfing around Earthen Ring earlier, looking for a mount for April and for Aprillian, and
April.
Somebody swooped in and took them out about 20 minutes before she showed up. So I'm like,
I hate when that
have to start over. Well, it is what it is, like they were prepared. And I kept seeing this druid following the same flight path that I was on. So I was like, they were hunting high and low for this other mount that I was looking for as well. And it just beat me to the punch, which is fine. I mean, you can't win every single time you play the game. That's why it's called the game, is because you win some, you lose some.
Right.
And I'm not a sore loser. I'm just going to look around it for another opportunity to gift her the mount. And when I have it, I will summon her, and it will be that. That's all good. These things happen. Yeah. Other than that, my weekend WoW, I have been clashing in and out of game with my chores. I've been repeating content for Anima, doing world quests. I actually tried to figure out the Anima conduit thing because there's small offerings that you can have to pay for different things in the game. And I didn't know how to get those, but apparently, as Grandigus was saying, the Anima conduit machine is the kind of the mechanism to that. The key to that.
Yep.
So I started a quest that cost me 25 Anima to power up the Anima machine that I'd never done before, and what it did is it provided a new world quest, which wasn't too hard. I mean, it took me maybe 5 minutes to do the world quest. So I was quite happy with that. And then I got my 2 offerings, and now I know that if I want to do dailies, I can get them on a fairly regular basis. And once you upgrade it to the highest level, then you get more options for more dailies, which is fine. I mean, you get 125 rep for the one I did. You get 125 rep for the Court of Harvester, which I've already maxed out that rep. I've got a Paragon cash for them this week, which, is not a bad deal. I mean, you get 3,500 gold, which is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, Everybody loves gold. I'll keep collecting. And right now I'm still looking for that mount for Berlin. I sold haphazardly 3 vials of the sand this week.
Oh, nice.
I did not sell them. I did not sell them for the full price. I sold them at a discount, and whoever bought them, thank you for filling my coffers. I've made some more vials of the sand that I've listed. It's not always possible to buy the mats on the auction house because the auction house does run out of mats at one point, and then you have to go farm it yourself, which it's at a discount if you farm it yourself because then it costs you your time. So I do that from time to time. Like there's no affordable volatile life on the auction house. All the volatile life that's there is like 3 or 4 times the price. So if you buy it off the auction house, you're not going to make as much profit. So that's what I do is I sometimes farm it, and I hope that I find a couple rares here and there, and that way I'm able to knock out some achievements at the same time. I've done the mission table quite a bit on my iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is really nice because the phone works beautifully with the upgrades that they've done to the mobile thing. It's really smooth. I mean, I was using iPhone 6S and it was taking a long time to load. So I guess my phone was too old. It was an 8-year-old Apple device, and it was struggling to keep up.
So how do you do your mission table from your phone?
Well, you have to open up the mission table first. So you have to go to your covenant. You have to do a couple of quests.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And then when you go to Torghast, you'll get a follower. And then the follower can go on missions. And then you also get like little helpers. You get guys who cost you 1 anima to send on the mission with the follower. So let's say you only have 2 followers. You can have 3 guys that you borrow from the mission table to go with your kind of rookie until you get them to level 12. And at level 12, you always have XP missions that are up. So right now I'm at level 52. So they're gradually making progress to learn the different things that they have to do to gain levels. And I'm hoping to get them to level 60 because when you get 3 of them to level 60, you get an achievement. So that's what I'm hoping. I have put the Lunar Fall back in my garrison Warlords of Draenor. It cost me 300 resources. Then I upgraded it to level 2. And level 2, you can recruit more followers. And if you recruit more followers, I'm told there's over 500 followers. So that should take me 10 years.
280 something per side. So it's a combined count.
Yeah, it should be close to 10 years, 5 or 10 years to get them all. So, and at some point, I'm sure like the table of followers will dry up. There will be no more that you can earn.
Eventually, once you've gotten them all, yeah.
So I'm fairly happy with that challenge. I don't mind doing stuff like that because it makes me feel like I'm doing progress in the game. And of course, once you get them, you level them, and once you level them, you equip them to eye level 675. Once you equip them to eye level 675, you deactivate one and you recruit another.
Right, exactly.
So why not? I have Harrison Jones, and I have Matt Pago, and I have a whole bunch of followers, but there's a couple missions that aren't 100% for the Apexis shards, and the Apexis shards enable me to buy pets to sell on the auction house. So I do that from time to time as I sell more and more pets on the auction house. I'm currently looking for ephemeral crystals in Azuna. It's not too bad of a search. You can see them real far away if you have a good monitor on the on your draw distance, because they're a different color than anything else in the Zuna. So if you pull the camera way, way, way back, or you zoom in until you have full screen, then what I do is I shrink my my mission objectives, and you get the buff for 4 crystals, but don't loot the 5th one until you're ready to earn the mount, because then it despawns for anybody else who's doing it. And I found out that if you realm transfer to a different realm, the 4 crystals buff from the other realm apply. So if you're doing it to find it for a friend, don't click on the last crystal. Because then you claim the mount. And if you already know it, and Aprillian's got more than one account, that's why I want to get it for her, is because, you know, I really enjoy this podcasting thing, and I feel privileged to give her stuff from time to time. So it makes me feel good. You know, it makes me feel like I'm doing something positive. Yeah.
And I really appreciate it, you know.
It's entertainment, right? It's all about sharing and having fun.
Right.
And that's pretty much been my week. I've currently at 3 out of 5 crystals. The crystals don't spawn unless you click on the first 4 crystals.
Right.
So the first 3 crystals, let's say you don't click on them, the 4th won't spawn.
Right.
So you have to click on at least 4 crystals if you want all 5 crystals to be present. And what happened is the realm that I was on, I clicked on all 4, so they were all present. And the druid that was flying the route behind me, he found the 5th crystal, and bada boom, he got his mount. So I was like, oops. I have to do it again on a different realm, but it's okay. I don't mind. It's
a learning experience.
Yeah, you get to see where on the map the crystals are, and they're not always in the same spot. So,
yeah,
the only thing that I don't like about my UI right now is my my action bar for Windows keeps coming up and masking part of my screen.
Oh.
And I like having Windows, so I like having windowed mode, but I don't know how to make the action bars go away because they keep popping up.
Right, getting in the way.
Yeah, every time I go close, the action bar will pop up. And I'm like, I don't want the action bar. I want to do away with it so I can have the full screen. Because I streamed for 4 hours this week, and every, I would say, 30 minutes or so, my action bar would pop up. And then I would lose half my keys because it would mask part of the screen. So I was like, So I don't know if there's a option in Windows to keep the action bar from popping up. I guess you have to go full screen or not full screen, but once you go full screen, you don't have all the ease of switching between different windows if you multi-box. It's always fun to multi-box with multiple windows.
Right.
And that's been my week, and still looking for those crystals. I'm sure I'll find them. I just hope I find them before somebody else does. So I can summon April.
Awesome. Thank you. Good week.
Oh, excellent. Oh, how you doing? I get excited. I get giddy and love making mini alts. My dog is trying to poop for the Horde and for the Alliance. It was funny in my head.
Brilliant. How was your week in WoW?
You know, I've had another slow week, mostly what I've been doing. I did Dark Moon Fair last week, and that was a lot of fun. Always a good time at Dark Moon Fair. And then this week, I have been mostly, digging and doing pet battles, and I went to Winter Spring, and I pet battled up there, and I got a bag of, from, what's her name? The chick, Trixie. I got a sack of pet supplies, and one of them in the bag was a flawless elemental battle stone, which was turned one of my elemental common pets into a blue pet. And
right.
So I was going through my list of who should I do. The tiny snowman is not rare.
No.
That's right.
Yeah, and I had 3 at level 1, so I decided the tiny snowman deserves to be rare. So I turned it rare, and I've been going around to different trainers to level up the tiny snowman.
And it's a good pet too.
That's a good choice. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. It was just from looking at my list and seeing it.
Then, the what's the other one? The Santa's Little Helper. That's the newest one, not the green.
Rotten Little Helper.
Yeah, Rotten Little Helper is the next you should. If you get one that's humanoid, you want to go with that.
All right. So, and then I went to, our favorite place, warcraftpets.com, and I have 410 unique pets. I have 30 at max level. I have 279 duplicates. And I have 51% of my pets are rare, so that's not bad. I don't have any epic or legendary. I didn't even know that was possible.
Nobody has them right now.
Okay,
all
right.
So far, there aren't any in the game, any obtainable.
Okay, so that makes me feel... I'm ranked number 37th on Earthen Ring. And, so I feel really good playing my little pet battle. I am tempted, though, to go back to Bastion. I know I got discouraged because... I suck. But I'm level, Aprillian is level 55 and a half. April is level 52. She's getting ready to ding 53. And, we're both doing pet battles and archaeology right now. I know I need to get out of this fear of Bastion. And I'm sure I will soon. Part of it was, getting hit by Alliance tunes. And I did turn off war mode for a little while, but I turned it back on now that I'm not there.
The XP is so good.
Yes, that 10% bonus is really worth it. I did download the app. There's a new WoW companion app.
Yeah.
And it's kind of neat going in and looking at different things and being able to plan stuff when you're not in game. And I'm learning how to use it. And it's just neat to see. You can even see, what your character looks like, what equipment they have on and stuff. So it's a little neat app. And that's about what I've been doing. I know I need to get out of this slump and do some more. In fact, I've been thinking maybe I will go back to Bastion later on this week and try to do some actual playing. But right now it's dig, and pet battles. And that's been my week. I'm sorry.
Nice. Have you... with regards to Bastion, you said you're 55 something?
Yeah, Aprillian is 55.
Yeah. So theoretically, you should be eligible once you just focus on the main quests to proceed, because this is the expansion where they introduced, if you remember they have those shield type exclamation mark shields. And then they have the normal exclamation marks without the shield thing around it.
Okay.
If you stick to the quests that have the shield exclamation mark, let's stick with that. That's the main storyline.
Right.
That takes you straight through any of the 4 zones with basically ignoring the side quests if you just want to like breeze through it all.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's a way for you to get through it.
Okay. I think I'll try that this week. Bastion, here I come. And that's been my week.
Yay.
Good week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tell me, Aprillian, did you experience this at Dark Moon Fair, where you complete a quest and it goes into a previous expansion for leveling? Like a profession quest.
Oh.
Because I did a quest for leatherworking, and I got a skill up in Shadowlands leatherworking, and then also in Cultiran leatherworking. So it split the points. It gave me 1 point in Shadowlands and 4 points in Cultiran.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I did not notice, so I need to check that out.
Did you max out in Shadowlands? And then it gave you the rest?
Shadowlands was at 99.
Yep. See, there you go. That's the reason. It always, what it does is the Dark Moon Fair skill points are rewarded to you by towards the highest learned expansion, the most current expansion. So if you have learned Shadowlands, then it will max out Shadowlands, and then it will go back to the next highest expansion that's not maxed out yet. In your case, it was Coltiran. If you had maxed out Coltiran, it would go back to Legion. If that had been maxed out, it would go back further and further and further. And eventually, everything is maxed out and you don't get any more skill points.
Right.
Okay, that's neat. I can see why Blizzard's doing that. That makes sense. All right.
The bad thing about that is you can't target.
Oh, so say you want to work on one and not the other. It was going to go.
It only picked the latest expansion that you haven't.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You cannot say, "Oh, but Blizzard, please give me 5 points for this expansion's profession." It doesn't work.
All right.
4 out of 5, April.
Oh, nice.
Just need to find the last one and then I can summon you.
Awesome.
I find it very, very easy to be true. Am allerschönsten war es doch zu Haus und doch zog mich einst in die Welt hinaus und in der Ferne suchte ich mein Glück. Wer kennt den Weg zurück?
And now it's time for Add-on Spotlight and a whole bunch of other things with Grand Nagus. Grand Nagus, what do you have for us this week?
The old issue. I think it's probably going to be a never-ending story. But this is something that I kind of talked about before, but not in this fashion, I would say. It's about moral power. Okay. So I talked about this last week and a couple of weeks before and whatnot, like quite a few times. I mentioned that Ian Hazacostas had talked with Preach about it in their latest interview. And now Akalon on his podcast has talked about this topic. It's one of the Twitch/YouTube streamers.
Right.
And he has said things that I really would like to expand a little on.
Yeah,
and
could
talk
you
here
elaborate a little bit on this? Yeah.
Elaborate on, yeah. So when he mentioned that apparently, I don't know if it's valid, and I don't care if it's valid, but it makes sense to a certain point, where his statement was that people leaving World of Warcraft are more often than not casuals that don't find fun in the game anymore. Because the hardcore people, the raiders and whatnot, they come back to the game whenever a new tier is released. And then they play through it for a month, do the world first race, and then they leave until the next one comes out, and so forth. So the people that are the casuals that don't have a defined target in mind and have different reasons why it doesn't suit them anymore, why they have issues with it, they are the ones that are most likely to leave. So what does that have to do with borrowed power, you might ask?
Right, that's what I was wondering.
Well, borrowed power, for instance, he said that, Akalon that is, said that for borrowed power to keep its validity, it wouldn't take much on Blizzard's side to do that. For instance, the Torghast thing, I mentioned a couple of shows ago that Torghast is pure borrowed power, because as you go in, you are the character you are with your abilities, and each time you pick up an orb that enhances your character's abilities in a certain way, that's borrowed power. And at the end, when you leave, all that borrowed power is poof gone again once you exit the tower. So that's a perfect example of borrowed power. Why not keep that as a... because at the moment, it's Torghast. It's the tower that we see if we look at the picture that we all know from that is so unique, that is identified with Shadowlands, is the sky that's shattered, and we see the tower of Icecrown sticking up into the sky, and then Torghast coming down. That's Torghast. That's the tower that we climbed, that's just coming down from the Shadowlands side. So what if we were to say, because we have one more tower that no one is talking about at the moment, and that's Karazhan.
Oh.
What if, to keep the mechanics and the replayability and the content of Torghast fresh, Blizzard would put the entire mechanics of Torghast into Karazhan, make a Karazhan version of Torghast. and then add stuff there that is Karazhan unique.
Like the chess game.
No. Just keep it what it is. So and then you have the same thing with all the other things that are in the game that we had before, like for instance the Mage Tower in Legion. Those are things that you can still keep and you can expand upon. And then something that he said we could, Akalon said that we can get that Blizzard has shied away from for years and years, and that's player housing.
Right.
So what if any content that Blizzard has ever made, we have all the art assets because they are made, they are part of the game now. So let's say you have you have a house in your garrison. You talked about your garrison, or Constructs talked about the garrison. I can't remember. Yeah. So we have the different plots and whatnot. What if you could model your houses, your town hall or whatnot, after you're a human, so you probably wouldn't change it. But what if you were to have a blood elf or a forsaken? Imagine if you had.
I could imagine that, right?
A town hall that's shaped like for instance the one of the houses from the Starling Zone from the Blood Elf area.
Right.
The Tranquillin.
Yeah, Tranquillin. Yeah. So what if you had what if you had, as a Forsaken, you had the epic purple and black houses and not the orc huts in your horde garrison? What if you had proper walls there and not the wooden pole? Because nothing is more evident than the fact that, and credit where credit is due on the people that created the art for the Alliance garrison. That's like a 10 out of 10 versus the Horde being like a -9 out of 10 compared to it. At least that's my point. What I think, there's like nothing, in my opinion, that is better there or even close to being acceptable. So what if you could slowly but surely convert your houses to your desired design?
That would be cool.
What if you could, like the fight with Sylvanas that's upcoming now, what if she were to drop, let's say, a window design or a door design for a forsaken house.
Right.
What if Kael Thas in Magister's Terrace on the island were to drop a chair or a table for a blood elf interior design, stuff like that.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, what if you go into the Draenor, Waters of Draenor, you go into the Archandune, and you fight the Draenei there. What if they drop interior or exterior designs for your Draenei buildings? There are endless possibilities.
Right.
And then you can go and say, oh yeah, we can make so many different things. We can have outdoor, like the fountain in the Horde area, in the Alliance area. What if it's a fountain of molten lava when you're a dark iron dwarf? I mean, you could find the reasoning behind it, and like so many possibilities that might be a little far-fetched, but still, there's so many things that you could do, and you could keep content fresh because there's so many things that you could farm for.
Right.
And run for under certain conditions. You could keep like with the island expeditions. Why are island expeditions like? Why have they been thrown to the side? They've been hyping them so much when BFA was current content, and now they're just we'll make them soloable, and no one cares anymore. That's something that I really, really don't like. So you have all these different types of enemies on these islands, all the different islands themselves with themes. They can drop so many different things. What if you had like armor racks? Do we have armor racks in our garrison?
You do on the Horde side. The barracks are full of armor racks.
Yeah, no, but display armor racks.
Oh, I'm not sure. There's weapons racks and there's various different things.
Yeah, but Horde something where you could like go and display the gear that you collected.
Oh, right.
So me on my warlock, I want to display my tier 2, my nemesis gear on an armor rack. Or an armor dummy, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you go and farm a dummy from the final boss, because that needs to drop as well. So you can then display it. So you go into BWL and farm the dummy, and then you can go and put it.
Stop! Sorry. Go ahead. Hold on.
That's okay. Then you can display it in your garrison. So it's something where you could keep people engaged in the game. I remember whenever Matthew Rossi from Blizzard Watch talks about his weapons collection, he has, as a warrior, you have, I think next to the hunter, you have the most equipable weapon types. And so he basically has like every single weapon there is for his warriors. And since he only plays warriors, there's nothing else for him, or well, mostly. So you could go and have all your tier sets displayed, or you can there's so many things you can do, and I really can't see why Blizzard has not implemented player housing yet. It's such an easy way to keep the player base engaged. And that's basically what it's all about. It's about, and that's what I've talked about earlier with the money. I would much rather, as a company, have your $15 a month than I want your $35 or whatnot every 2 years or every half a year or whatnot, whenever there's something special there. Sure, I'll take both if I can get it, but the base is I need your $15. So you'll give me the 35 on top eventually. But if I make you not want to play anymore,
then you won't get anything.
I won't get anything.
Right.
It'll be like $50 loss. So that's the thing that and we've been talking about this for years and years. Why? And now that we have all these cosmetic abilities with the transmog, and remember we have we have in Pandaria, we have the ranch as well, Sangsong Ranch, the garden, the what's it called? Where you go and plant your stuff.
The farm.
Your farm, yeah.
Right.
So why not go and farm 2 items? One in Draenor, one in Pandaria. Quest starting items. Go on an epic quest to combine them into a portal that takes you from your garrison to your farm and back. So many things that you could do. So it's something that I just don't understand why that's not going to happen. Like yesterday, it's just, yeah, for me. Yeah, I would, and then on top of all that, that's only player housing. What about guild housing?
Right.
what has the player community said for years upon years? And especially since, or in the early days after the announcement of Classic, what has the community said? It said basically, Classic or Vanilla was the time when guilds meant something.
Right.
Now, guilds don't mean nothing. They don't mean anything, sorry. Double negative. So, yeah. They don't mean anything today. It's like, yeah, the only thing you have basically is you have a chat, an additional chat between people that link people.
Right.
But you can have that all the same when you create a community nowadays. You can create a community and you don't even need a guild anymore. No. The only thing you might have is like what's the perk for the guild? Guild bank? Yeah, guild bank, guild cash. You don't even have the faster riding on the taxi anymore. And then you have the Hearthstone.
Yeah.
But that's basically it. It's nothing really substantial anymore. So what if you had the opportunity, because we still have the guild achievements. What if our guild achievements unlocked an item that you could then display in your guild hall? Like, for instance, the legendary weapons achievements that we have. Like for the Warglaives of Azeroth and for the Fangs of the Father and for all those legendary, for Shadowmourne, all those weapons, if you could hang them in the guild hall somewhere and display them, that you had as a guild or someone in your guild had obtained them. And then you had a little plaque under it where it said this or that member has obtained it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, so, and then obviously so many things that you could do that would make guild runs even more desirable. And like same with if the sorry, if there are things that you can only loot from bosses if you're on a guild run. So that doesn't happen nowadays. If either you get stuff at a certain percentage or criteria other than guild members have to be met. The only criteria for guild kills is the amount of guild members, but that doesn't have any influence on the loot. There is no loot table influence there. So I think that that's another thing where you could where you could get additional players and new guilds or existing guilds to cooperate more. Can you imagine that you have like a guild where they say, oh yeah, we are going to, as a guild, like a role-playing guild, we are going to focus, it's like the day before Shadowlands launches. We're all druids. Let's say it's a druid guild, just for argument's sake. We're all going to go into Ardenweald. And we're going to pimp our guild with all the Ardenweald stuff that we can get. Our guild hall is going to basically be as much Ardenweald as we can get it to be. We're going to run dungeons. We're going to run the raids. We're going to kill all the world bosses, or the world boss, or the rares or whatnot, and then get all the Ardenweald stuff for our guild hall. That's something that they could do then. Where I think that's something that that would be really desirable. At least that's something that I would find really, really interesting. Same with Forsaken for Maldraxxus, or with Lightforged, or Draenei, regular Draenei for Bastion. And then you have what could you put into the vampire people? I don't know. Anyway,
Vendreth.
But Revendreth. What?
All the rogues.
Yeah, but there aren't any playable. There isn't a playable race that really fits into or class. Yeah, rogues. Yeah. Yeah, but you can see where I'm going with this. I think that would be a really great way to keep the player base engaged in the game. And as I said at the outset of my monologue, all or most 99% of the art assets are there already. Blizzard wouldn't have to create new stuff or hardly anything. For instance, the example that they had was when Akalon talked about it, was if you're in Revendreth and you're a Revendreth fan, wouldn't it be nice to have those Revendreth anima containers, those red anima containers, all positioned all around your garrison? That would look awesome. So, and then you could like hire a specific flight master, like for instance the little Revendreth flight master guy in your garrison. So many possibilities. So, and then professions. You could have your professions buildings. You could upgrade them with art assets from your that you what's it called when you get to a higher or newer expansion.
Oh yeah, so you can get art from the new expansion.
Yeah, you could put that in there. Yeah. So you could have like other boats of other types put in there, or you could like as a guild you could. Yeah, again, there's so many possibilities that you can work with there. Yeah, that's my take on that stuff.
We know Blizzard's listening, so who knows?
Yeah, I hope they are. I really, really hope they are. And so, yeah, I hope that we get rid of the borrowed power stuff. Don't really need that anymore. Right. And if it's something that that has a standalone value, why not? Why destroy it basically, or make it invalid when it's a perfectly good content, like the islands, or imagine you going to the islands, and I think Akalon said that too. Imagine if you go on a timed island run. Now it's just, I'll eventually get to the amount of azurite that you need, and the first one that gets to it wins, and then you leave again. What if you're supposed to do it within a certain amount of time? What if the NPCs are scaled differently so that they're more aggressive and the race is closer? So after, say, 5 minutes, the side that has the most azurite gathered wins, and not the one that eventually reaches the limit wins. There are so many ways that you can do it. And again, as I said earlier, my biggest gripe with Blizzard when they changed the world at Cataclysm was that they made the classic stuff unplayable, which has been remedied in a way now that they introduced classic servers. But still, why not make it available at a decent level so you can still play it? Why not go and make the Mage Tower available again? There is most likely a way where you can go back and do it. Same with Death of Chromie, or the horrific visions of Nesoth. All those things, they're just abandoned content.
Right. Which is a shame.
Which is a shame, yeah, my point, yeah. So it's valuable time has been spent in creating it. So why not from here on out or retroactively if you have to make something that you eventually decide to abandon eventually or not carry forward, make it so that it's not going to lose its value. You're just not going to carry it forward as a main feature, but as a side feature that can still be played on a competitive level. And that's what I meant to circle back to and end it with Torghast, where I started. This Torghast is the perfect example how you can do this. It's all borrowed power. There's no way why they shouldn't be able to do it. The only issue that I see why they wouldn't do it is because we don't want to. And that's, in my opinion, it's not good enough. Because Blizzard is just, it's too great a feature. Torghast is too great a feature to just abandon. And since this is why I mentioned Karazhan. Karazhan is by definition, or not by definition, it's a place where time and space connect, meet, overlap, whatnot. So it's reasonable that there is a copy of Torghast somewhere or it's accessible in Karazhan. So that's not totally beyond the realm of possibility. So it doesn't even have to be a Karazhan themed tower. It's just that it's somewhere in the past because, as I said, time and space. So you can play the content from 100 years ago. That's what Karazhan is. It's a place where anything is possible. If people want to read about the first of the introduction of Karazhan, if you're interested in the history of Karazhan, go and read the book The Last Guardian by Jeff Grubb. It's like the history of Khadgar coming to Karazhan to be educated by Medivh. It's a really, really awesome book. It's one of my favorite books, actually, of the Warcraft universe. It's a pre-World of Warcraft, so it's a Warcraft novel, not a World of Warcraft novel. But yeah, it's absolutely cool. I really, really like it. And it's available as audiobook as well, if I remember correctly.
Nice.
Yes.
So, yeah, that is that little story. As for my week, not as elaborate as the previous topic. My troll has finally reached 50, the troll hunter. And the Forsaken has reached 37, I believe. So they're well on their way. If I'm going to get both of them to 58, I doubt it, before May 18th. I think I should be able to do it with the hunter, but most likely not with the priest. But the fact that the amount of experience you get when the pre-patch hits, when that changes, when all that changes, that should help a little. So we'll see. The priest, after she dinged 35, has finally unlocked the artisan tailoring and is now was until then stuck at 225 because that was the end of the road after the expert level was finished. Now she's at 255 and working with room cloth. So I'm about ready to start farming, and this fit perfectly with the hunter that she reached 50 because that's about the time when you start getting rune cloth to drop. So I can just continue shipping all the cloth over to the priest. So I can then craft and skill tailoring and then disenchant the stuff to then get disenchanting points. Disenchanting is currently at 200, I believe, ish. So not too bad. I had to get 2 more rods. I had to get the golden rod, enchanted golden rod, and the true silver rod. The last one I need to get at, I think, 285 is the elementite rod, and that's going to be the really expensive one. I hope that I hope that the Burning Crusade is the expansion when the next new one includes all the older ones with regard to being able to delete all the old enchanting rods, which at the moment you cannot do.
So you have to keep them all?
Yep.
In your bag?
So if I want to use them, yes. I can put them in the bank, but then I can't disenchant.
Right.
So when it's an item that requires a silver rod and the silver rod sits in my bank and I'm somewhere, then I have to go back to the bank and get the silver rod, even though I have a golden rod or a true silver rod, because it requires specifically the silver rod.
That's crazy.
To enchant something or disenchant something. Yep. No, with the disenchanting, I'm not sure actually, but the enchanting definitely, because that's the required. It says this spell requires this, that, or the other rod. So yeah. Yeah, that really sucks. It's really, it's total of, we have the copper, silver, golden, 2 silver, 5 in total. So it's theoretically at the maximum, it's 4 wasted back slots.
Yes.
So, and then the adamantite rod is the one that comes on top of that in the Burning Crusade, if I remember correctly. So that's 6 in total. And if it doesn't include the previous ones, then it's 6 rods to carry around. Yeah. Not something I look forward to, but
I bet. Yeah.
So the professions, if you play Classic, remember this. If you make the jump from the maximum of 300 to the maximum skill of 375, which is the 75 additional skill points when you learn Outlands, something on top of that. It's only 1 additional skill level, and it's 75 additional points, as it always is. But remember that when you learn something at the outset, you start with something maximum skill 75. And then you go to the trainer and learn at 75 to 150. Again, 75 and 75 is 150. But you can go there at 50 already because there's an overlap of 25 points where you can learn the next stage of your profession 25 skill points ahead of time. It's the same thing here with Outlands. Meaning, you can learn the Outlands skill, the Outlands profession skill, and the first recipes at 275 or 285. I can't remember exactly. Which means all those really, really expensive last 10 to 15 points, at least, you will not need to craft or do if you don't want to. If you just want to breeze through to 375, you can just start off early with the cheap Outlands stuff.
Skipping ahead, as it were.
Not skip ahead, but just skip them.
Right.
So replace it, so to speak. Which saves you a crap ton of money.
Right. Because
those last 10, 15 levels of mats are usually really, 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 really expensive. And if you go with like the profession of, let's stick with enchanting. At one point, you need 5 essences 2 shards and some dust for 1 point. And that's the stuff that costs you like 5 gold or 10 gold for all that stuff for 1 point. And you need 5 or you need 10 or 15. So for that, on the other hand, if you go to Outlands and you learn the Outland skill and then go around and as you do normally level there and wait a couple of hours and then disenchant some greens, you'll be able to make the same skill ups with 1 or 2 dust from Outlands.
That makes sense.
Which basically costs you nothing.
Right.
So be aware of that little aspect. They're the perfect. There's even an even better example: skinning. When you initially start, what you do is you combine leather scraps into light leather. That gives you the first 30 points. If you really max it out, 30 or 40 points, and then you have a sizable chunk of light leather to start with, along with the normal light leather that you already collected on the side. And then at the end, you're at 2, let's stick with 285. Let's not go back to 275. Let's say with 285.
Right.
With skinning in Outlands, you collect scraps of not hide leather. Not hide leather scraps. I can't remember the exact name, but like something not light leather scraps. Not hide leather scraps. They need to be combined. So what you do is you do skinning to skin, and then you go to your leather worker, and the leather worker has a skill to create not hide leather.
Right.
And you just take 5 scraps and put them in there, and you have a skill point. Rather than needing 30 rugged leather and 3 rugged hides and God knows what else that costs you a crap ton of work or like a sizable amount of gold for 1 skill point. So it's really easy to bridge that gap between the mid 280s to 300 in the time when you get to Outlands, and you don't necessarily have to skill to max level. If you do have to because your guild needs something crafted and you're potentially the only one, or you want something crafted, you want to craft something, obviously go for it.
Right.
I'm the last person that's going to hold it against you if you want to do that. If it needs to be done, sure. But if you can avoid it, if you have to, or if you want to save some money or whatnot, this is the easiest way to save money, is to not max out your professions if you're at that stage of your progression with regards to professions. that being said, my final target, or my final profession's target is of this week or the time now is to get mining done, because I need to get mining on my hunter to 245, because that gives me access to thorium. And as I've said a few times before, thorium is where you get
arcane crystals.
But no, that's not what I wanted to get at. Is thorium is what you need to craft the arrows that I need.
Oh, right.
The big arrows. So, or the 17.5 or 18, something to that effect, DPS bonus. And that's what I'm after. At least one set. I'm planning on at least getting one set of arrows, so I can have that at the outset when I enter Outlands eventually, because it is a difference. There is a difference between 11 and 18 DPS bonus. So even though it's not the cheapest, I'm definitely going to get that done. And then again, mining is merely a gathering profession, so I'll get there eventually as I level up. So that shouldn't really be an issue. And that's been my week.
Awesome. I tell you, I don't envy you and your classic. I might go back, but it's a whole different world.
It is, yeah.
Yes. So good job.
I guess it's time for email now.
Email sex?
Email, email,
La data. You've got mail. Who's next? I'm addicted to you, baby.
Lovely little email.
We got an email from Curly.
Hey, Curly.
Yes. Curly says, long time, long submission. XO. Have a great day, Curly. All right, let's listen to Curly's audio. I'm so excited. I'm so glad he's playing again.
Hello, Control Out WoW. This is Curly here with my submission on May 3rd, 2021, just shortly after listening to the most recent episode. Ha ha ha. So, Shadowlands slump. Yes, I'm feeling it. I have more cap level characters in an expansion than I think I've ever had, or at least in a long time. I think right now I have 6 level 60s. Yes, that's a motorcycle outside my window. A couple of which I'm using right now to fill coffers because gold fall from the sky in this expansion. But the Covenant daily quests and all that stuff is getting a little monotonous. Leveling from 50 to 60 is weird too. Like, I know you have like the threads of fate kind of thing, which is pick your own adventure kind of thing, and then you can follow the story. And sometimes going to one of those zones and you're in one of the world quests where you have to kill so many of this type of thing, and it's like you get 2% per thing you kill, which is like soul crushing. But nevertheless, I still end up doing it anyways. So yes, more tunes. Anyway, what else? What else do I want to talk about? Oh, allied races. So I think we've gone long enough since the introduction of Lightforged Draenei and Void Elves that we should be able to play them without having to play old content. That's just me, just my thoughts. I do have all the allied races on my account 1. I have none of them on my account 2. I recently tried to do Lightforged Draenei and I got stuck at one of those invasion points back in Legion, because back in the day there was like 800,000 people doing them all at once and they were a piece of cake. But when you're one little toonling trying to get your way through there, it didn't happen. So I had a meltdown. I like complained to everywhere. But so what I'm going to do now is just level that toon to 60, go back, and hopefully it'll be a little easier. PvP. So I've gotten into rated battlegrounds, and they are so different than regular battlegrounds. There is an organization to it that it's just actually kind of more fun. I mean, you still get your behind kicked, but it is a lot more fun. And me and my one guildie who still plays, he actually has a arena partner that the three of us went into one last night. The other guy was level 59. My guildmate and I were both level 60. So we went in to a level 59 battleground, and oh my God, did we kick bottom. It was so much fun. Like, didn't even have to think about it. They couldn't kill me. They couldn't kill him. We won. It was a lot of fun. Although it did kind of feel like cheating at the end of the day, but who cares? We won. It was a lot of fun. Lich King time walking. Nobody knows how to do those dungeons. Like the Pit of Sauron is an unmitigated disaster at every turn. Nobody knows what they're doing. It's very frustrating. And I loved the Lich King. Lich King, the end of Lich King and the beginning of Kata was just about the time I started to get into my WoW groove. I came in about halfway through the second expansion, whose name I can't remember right now. Getting old, people. Yep. So Lich King and Kata. So towards the end of Lich King and the beginning of Kata, I had really started to figure out and learn how to play WoW. As I recall at the time, I was also unemployed, so I got to play a wicked lot back then. But it is very frustrating because I do love those dungeons and I would love to get through them, but nobody can seem to do so. Exile's Reach is the new starting zone I was having WoWgasms over a couple of weeks ago. I didn't know it was there. I was re-rolling a Tauren Guardian Druid that I was lucky enough to be able to name Thunderhoof. I love Thunderhoof. More on that in a second. So you get the option to do the regular starting area or the new starting area, which is this beautiful, lush island of greenness and wonderfulness. And there's a little bit of everything that you come across. And it was so much fun. And it's got its own little story. And if you haven't experienced it, I would totally recommend re-rolling a tune and just doing it. It really was a lot of fun. Very creative, very fun. Could I say fun another time? And again, I would totally recommend that anyone do it, even if you just roll the tune just to do it. So Thunderhoof. It's not Thunderhoof, it's Thunderhoof. So she is That's another motorcycle outside my window. She is my guardian druid, Tauren guardian druid, and I have not been able to stop playing this tune. I love rolling and bonding with the tune. And I re-rolled it just because I didn't like the name on the original tune. And so I've changed it, and now I can't stop playing her. I'm playing her on Unrested XP. That should tell you how much I like playing this tune. That's bananas. Anyway, but I hope everyone has had a wonderful spring thus far. Double vaxxed here, yes, as of last Thursday. So in a couple of weeks, I'll be free as the wind. I am so relieved all of this COVID baloney is almost over. This is Curly. Ciao for now.
Oh, Curly, it was so wonderful to hear from you. First of all, I want to say, if there's any chance that you're free on a Sunday night, we'd love to have you on the show. It would be really nice. And it's good to hear your enthusiasm. I can't believe 6 level 60s. Wow. And you've inspired me. I'm going back to Bastion if gold's falling from the sky. I just love that. And I can't believe he has all the allied races. Isn't that amazing?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And I love the fact he says on one account, not on account two. One of us. One of us. Rated Battlegrounds. Have you guys tried those? Is it fun?
I tried once. There's a lot of shouting and coordination and calling out targets. I'm not skilled enough.
Oh, I might try it. I think he was talking about Mist of Pandaria.
Oh, the second expansion is technically Lich King.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Because technically Vanilla wasn't an expansion, but he might have thought about Burning Crusade.
Right. Oh, yeah. Burning Crusade. Right. I always forget about that.
He was also saying about how time walking is just a crap show sometimes.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows what to do with Pit of Sauron.
Pit of Sauron is, no.
Yeah.
Forge Master.
If you give any free advice, you get kicked.
Oh, wow.
Forge Master is hell.
Yeah.
Hell in the handbasket.
I haven't even thought about doing another Tauren, so I'm really I'm intrigued that he did Thunder Hoof. Yeah. And I know what you mean about the new starting area. It is very nice and something different to do, so you're right. But I can't imagine playing on Unrested XP.
What?
What? Awesome. And congrats on being vaccinated.
Yay.
Yay. One of us.
Yeah.
So
not
thanks.
one of me.
Not one of you. Not yet.
Not yet, no.
So thanks, Curly. It was awesome to hear from you. We look forward to hearing from you again. And like I said, if you're free on a Sunday night at 8 p.m., we would love to have you on this show. All right. And now's the time I get to play this.
Clan of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
We are the mighty Clan of Darkness.
Of darkness.
We are the mighty Clan of Darkness, fighting for Bunny's rights.
Oh, Bunny.
We shall never slay them, and if we do, we'll never tell. We gotta have the faith that Vrishna will guide the way.
Trust Vrishna.
He says not to slay the bunnies, but most of us still do. We are the mighty Clan of Darkness. We are the mighty Clan of Darkness. We are the mighty Clan of Darkness, fighting for Bunny's rights.
C.O.D. Clan of Darkness.
We We are the mighty clan of darkness.
Clan of darkness.
Fighting for bunny's rights.
Clan of darkness.
We are the mighty clan of darkness.
Clan of darkness.
Yeah.
COD, y'all.
On the WOW.
For bunnies' rights.
For the horde. For the bunnies. For the critters.
For Java.
For the Java. They can't bounce up in here.
Constructs. How are the Clans of Darknesses and Control Alt WoW on Neverhoof and Wormrest Accord doing this week?
Well, it seems like people have been busy on both Elden Ring and I think Winterhoof. So this week at level 50, not level 60, level 50 people, an expansion back, we have Vashti. Congratulations, Vashti. We have Gwyneth. And we have Lithuise. Congratulations to our levelers. And we need a song.
Funny how time flies when you're having fun. And who's this song for?
Well, this week in leveling, Vashti got herself to Exalted with Clans of Darkness.
Congratulations. Woo, 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 woo. All right. So thanks, everybody. Thanks, chat room. Thanks,
Thank you, chat room.
Shout out to Kyle. We know you're busy. And we will patiently wait for your next episode of Blast from the Past. One more day for Children's Week, it'll probably be out tonight, so you have a few more hours for Children's Week, and we'll be with you.
Thank those players on the other servers for not stealing your mount again.
Yes, thank you for my mount. I got the long forgotten hippogriff. I think I'm gonna fly that one on April now. I mean, not to sound ungrateful, I love the hive mine.
Hive mine mode, yeah.
Yeah, it's very
definitely. Bouncy. It's impressive to fly.
Yeah, it is. All right, guys. Oh, by the way, is that a new shirt, Grand Agus?
Oh, yeah. I've worn this like 3 weeks now.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I love it. It's so cool.
Not continuously and so.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You do eventually get it washed and stuff.
Eventually, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm that's the wrong shoulder. I'm showing off my horde tattoo today.
Yeah. Nice.
Speaking of which, this is the Brilliant for the Horde.
This is Constructs for looking for those rare mounts.
This has been Grand Nagus, Role of Acquisition, number 19. Satisfaction is not guaranteed. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye, chat room.
Bye, chat room. Thank you.